morning, students. Today we are going to see lesson number 6 for 12th standard computer application, which is PHP conditional statements. So this lesson is a very important lesson, and from this lesson you will get 5-mark question, 3-mark questions, and even in 2-mark questions they may ask syntax. Okay, so watch the video thoroughly and carefully, and do prepare well. Okay, so first of all we'll see about what is conditional statement. So you may even take notes, because this line will not be given in your textbook. Okay, so you just have this line, or you make a notes of it. So what is conditional statements is, conditional statements are the set of command used to perform different actions based on different conditions. Okay, so if you see this diagram itself, you can clearly understand that. See, if you want to go to a place, okay, so if your destination, if you know your destination, and for that destination you may have several solutions. Okay, you may have several ways to reach the destination. Okay, so in all those ways you should choose any one way, and that should be very shortest way to reach your destination. Clear? So you should choose which path you should go and to reach your destination. So this is one of your best example for your conditional statement. So it is a set of command used to perform different actions based on different conditions, and even this may be asked in a 1-mark question. Okay, dash are the set of command used to perform different actions based on different conditions, and they are also useful for decision making logics. Okay, so these conditional statements are also useful for decision making logics. So you have different types of conditional statements in PHP. So they are if statement, if else statement, if else statement, switch statement. So this statement is also called as if else ladder. Okay, so this if else statement is also called as if else ladder. Okay, so make a note of it. So these are the different types of conditional statements which we are going to discuss in this chapter. So first of all we are going to see about what is called as if statement. So if statement executes a statement or a group of statements if a specific condition is satisfied as per the user expectation. So you underline the line from in your textbook from here. So if a specific condition is satisfied. Okay, and this is the syntax for your if statement. So if within brackets condition, if this condition is true, the statement will be executed. If the condition is false, none of the statement will be executed, it will go out of the loop. Okay, so if condition is true, the statement will be executed. So this is called as if statement. Now let us see an example for this. See here, I am passing a value to this variable pass mark is equal to 35, and the student mark is equal to 70. And now if you see this part alone, this is your syntax. Okay, so if within brackets this is your condition, I am checking the condition. If this condition is true, this line will be printed, or else if this condition is false, it will go out of the loop. Okay, so here, so I am checking the condition. See here, my student mark greater than or equal to my pass mark. So my student mark is 70. So 70 is greater than or equal to 35. So yes, obviously 70 is greater than. Okay, greater than my pass mark. My pass mark is 35. So this condition is true. So if the condition is true, this statement will be executed. So my output will be the student is eligible for the promotion. Clear? So if the condition is false, none of the statement will be executed. Okay, for example, my student mark is 20. So instead of 70 here, I am putting 20. So 20 greater than or equal to 35. So automatically the if statement condition gets false. Okay, so no statement will be executed. Clear? So this is if statement. And the next one is if else statement. Okay, so this if else statement evaluates a condition and executes a set of code if the condition is true, and another code if the condition is false. Okay, so in the previous statement we executed only one part of this if statement. So if condition is true, print the statement, come out of the conditional statement. Okay, come out of the body of the loop or come out of the code. Okay, so here what we are going to do is the else part is nothing but your false part. So if the condition is false, then this part of the code will be executed. Okay, so here if the condition is true and another condition is false. Clear? So this is your syntax. If condition is true, this part will be executed. Else, so else is nothing but if the condition is false, then this part of the code will be executed. And if you see an example, you will clearly understand it. Now see here the same set of coding I have implemented here. So the pass mark is equal to 35, student mark is equal to 70. I am checking the condition if 70 greater than or equal to 35. Okay, so the condition is true. So I am printing the statement, the student is eligible for promotion. That's all. The else part will never be executed. Okay, and when the else part will be executed is if student mark is equal to 20. If student mark is equal to 20, it will come here, it will check the condition 20 greater than or equal to 35. So now here the condition is false. Okay, so it will skip this part of the code and it will directly come to this else part. So the true block will not be executed. If the condition is false, the else part will be executed. So inside the else part you have the student is not eligible for promotion. Yes, of course, the student mark is equal to 20. So he is not eligible for promotion. Now can you understand? So if the condition is true, the true block will be executed. If the condition is false, the else part will be executed. Clear, children? So this is very important question. Okay. Okay, then the next one is we are going to see about if else statement. So it is also called as combination of if else statement. Okay, so you underline this word, combination of if else statement. And then what will be happening here is multiple conditions can be checked and action is based on the result of the condition. Okay, so you can check multiple conditions here inside the if else later statement. Okay, so if else statement. So this is your syntax. If condition 1 is true, the statement will be executed, or if the condition is not true here, it will come to the else part. Inside the else part you will have another if condition. Okay, so in previous example you have only else, print the statement, move out. Okay, so here inside the else part you will have another if statement. So that is why this is called as multiple conditions can be checked. Okay, so inside the else part you will have another if condition. So if condition 2 is true, then this statement will be executed, or if both the conditions get false, the last statement will be executed. Okay, clear, children? See here I will repeat it once again. If condition 1 is true, this set of code will be executed. So if this condition is false, it will get inside the else part, and inside the else part you will check another condition. So if this condition is true, the second block will be executed. If both the conditions are false, then the last else part will be executed. Clear? So you can see it with an example. So the example is, see here, pass mark is equal to 35, first class mark is equal to 60, and the student mark is equal to 70. So the only thing is I have added another one variable and value. Okay, so now I am checking the first condition. So student mark is 70, 70 is greater than or equal to first class is 60. So 70 is greater than or equal to 60. Yes, the condition is true. So the first part will be executed. Okay, the first true part will be executed. So print that is echo. So my output will be displayed as the student is eligible for promotion with the first class. That's all. Rest of the part of the code will not be executed. Clear? Okay. Then now again, if you see here, if suppose if this mark is if this condition is fail, if this condition is false, then it will move to the else part. For example, if the mark is if the student mark let us assume that 50. Okay, so if I am having here the student mark as 50, then here the condition will get fail. Okay, so 50 is greater than or equal to 60. Here the condition is false, so it comes to the else part, and inside the else part it will check here student mark is 50 greater than or equal to pass mark is 35. Okay, so here my condition is getting true, so therefore this statement will be executed. So the output will be the student is eligible for promotion. That's all. Okay, so assume that if both the conditions are false, for example my student mark is 20, so it will check here 20 is greater than or equal to 60, condition is false. It will come here again 20 is greater than or equal to 35, the condition is false. So if both the condition are false, it will directly come to the last else part, whereas the output will be the student is not eligible for the promotion. Clear? So like this you can have multiple if statement, you can check multiple conditions, and based on the condition you can print the statement. So according to this example, so in the first attempt itself the condition will be true, so your output will be the student is eligible for promotion with the first class. Clear, children? Then the last one is switch statement. So here now we are going to see the last one, which is the last concept in your lesson number 6, so which is called a switch statement. The switch statement is an alternative to if else statement. You underline this, it is an alternate. So 1 mark can be asked as dash conditional statement is an alternate for if else statement. So your answer should be switch statement. Okay, so this is the syntax for switch statement. So switch n open bracket case label 1 colon code to be executed if n is equal to label 1 break, then case 2. So what will happen if a break occurs here is if the n value is getting true here in the first case itself. Okay, we will see it with an example. So as of now you just understand, if my n value is getting true in the first case itself or in the first label itself, the code will be executed here. So what else is inside the echo statement will be executed, and then if it sees a break it will go out of the switch statement, or rest of these labels and all will never be executed. Okay, so but you may have even 10 label, 100 labels, 1000 labels, you may have multiple cases like this, but the last one should be default statement. So default is nothing but if none of these labels are true, the last default statement will be printed. Okay, so we'll see it with an example. Now see here, I have declared a variable my favorite color is equal to red. Okay, so this is your syntax. So here your syntax will be starting. So switch n. So my n is nothing but my favorite color. So switch n. So here my n is red. So the switch statement will get the value from the variable I passed. So here it is it will be called as red. So switch to red. Okay, so here I am having several cases. So I am having 3 cases here and a default line here. So it will see my n. Okay, my n is red, so it will come to the case red. Okay, so this is nothing but my label. So label 1, label 2, label 3. Okay, my n should be equal to the label. So my n value, so here my n value is red, so my n should be equal to the label. So here my n is red and here my label is red, my case is red here. So my first occurrence itself is true, So the statement here output will be printed as your favorite color is red. So break, once it sees the break, it moves out of the switch statement. So rest of the lines will never be printed. Okay, now we'll tell another one example. If my favorite color is equal to blue, okay, so it will come here. So my switch statement will get the value from the variable favorite color as blue. So it will check here, my case is not matched because here it is blue, my label is red. So break, then it again goes to the next one. So if the case is false, it moves to the next case. Okay, so here it is blue and here my label is also blue. So both are true. So that is the thing which is given here. See, my n should be equal to the label. So red means red. So n should be equal to the label. So if it is true, the code will be executed and then it will move out. If it is false, then the next label will be executed. Clear? So here it is blue, so my output will be your favorite color is blue. And then it sees a break, the condition is true, it's satisfied, it printed the output and then it will move out. Okay, so rest of the lines will be not printed. So you assume that here my favorite color is black. Okay, so favorite color is black. So it sees the switch statement, the value is black. So from my n is black. So it sees the first case, here it is red, false, moves to the second case, here it is blue, again false, here again it moves to the third case, here it is green, again false. So if all the cases are false, and then the last default statement will be executed. Clear? So here the default case print statement is your favorite color is neither red, blue nor green. Clear, children? So this is a very simple concept of a conditional statement, and if you understand these concepts, which is if statement, if else statement, if else if, switch statement, in all the programming languages, if you take, the syntax will be the same and the working process will be the same. Okay, so you just write and see all the this full slides. You just write and see what is if statement, the syntax, then the example. Okay, so you write and see, take a snapshot and send it to my personal number. That assignment is completed with your name, class, with the subject. Okay, thank you, children.